In the beginning of human history, yeah, I'm going there. There are two events, and they incorporate two people, two of the same people. These two people are Abraham and Isaac. Abraham and Isaac. One of the events is known around the world. It is when Abraham and Isaac go through a substitutionary sacrifice that is a shadow pointing to the one that will do the same thing, and it would change human history and eternity forever. But I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the other one. In this scenario, Abraham is old. He's aging. He's at the end of his days. But his son Isaac is able to be married. But there's a problem. There's a land that's promised to them, and it's far from the land where Abraham came from. And in that place, there is no suitable spouse for Isaac. But there's an issue. Abraham is old, and to go back to where he needs to go, it would take months. And he might not even survive the journey. So he does something really awesome. He talks to his servant and says this: listen, I need you to go back to the land from where I come from, and I need you to find my son a bride. The reason why he wanted his bride to come from there is because he wanted his son to honor God. So his servant starts asking some very great questions. What if I go there and I don't find her? And then Abraham said, then you are free from this vow that we are taking. He's like, okay, but what if I get there and she doesn't want to come back? And he said, don't worry, you will be free from your vow. And his servant said, yes, master, I will go. So he goes. Then, when he gets there, he starts to feel the pressure of the situation. There is no Match.com back in the day, right? How is he going to find this woman? So he does this awesome thing. He starts to pray. And he starts praying this very, very specific prayer. And when you're listening to prayer, you're like, dude, this might be a little too specific. I don't know how that's going to work out. But as soon as he opens his eyes, here comes Rebecca. And Rebecca starts doing everything that he prayed for. And he looks at Rebecca the way that we probably would have looked. What? Monica, you are our Rebecca. Thank you. Monica, we couldn't have prayed a prayer more specific for a woman, for my beloved Keish, than the Lord answered with you. Keish, Sarita talked about this yesterday, right? She says that 6 weeks, she's like, what is Keish doing? Me, on the other hand, I was in the kitchen when this was going on. I was like, yo, shoot your shot, son. Like, do what you got to do. Like I haven't been in the dating game for 20 years. I heard it's hard out there, though, right? It's hard. It's hard out there. So if you find who you find them, right? So I was like, shoot the shot. And then next thing you know, Keish was like, I want to have you guys meet her. And that's when I was like, oh, this is real. Okay. So Monica comes, and she spends the week with us, actually. And the more I got to know her, the more I did, the more the same thing that the servant did when he went to go meet Rebecca, the same thing I was doing. I would look at Monica and I would just turn and I'm like, really? I was like, oh my goodness, like her compassion, her selflessness, her long suffering, her ability to allow people to be equal and to share the same space with her. She works at Dash, but the people there are not people that she just works for. They are like her friends. They come to her events. They are with her. I couldn't believe who she was. So we went to a Corpus Christi staple. Why am I forgetting the name of this place? The breakfast. Hester's. So we went to Hester's. And we're sitting, and she is like telling me things that are going on, like in the PICU, and in terms of everything that she's doing with Dash. And then she would stop and she would like play with my kids. And I could see the tenderness, and I would just like look at her like. Then I found out about her diet, and I was like, you're a pescatarian? And I was like, God, that's what you're doing now? You're breaking it down so specifically that you're bringing pescatarians to people? Because that's who Keish is. Keish wants, he lives a healthy lifestyle. So I was like, even that, God was like, I'm going to give him. So we are amazed by you. You have honored us by coming into the family. And we are thrilled that you're with us. Second part of the story is this. Rebecca comes back with the servant and is coming back to the home, and there is Isaac. Isaac is in the field working, and he sees the camels coming. So he goes, and he meets Rebecca. And the servant tells him everything that happened. And then he takes Rebecca and he brings her into the fold, takes her to her mom's tent, who his mom has died already, and she is now the head of that household in terms of being the mom. This is my brother Keish. One thing about Keish that I absolutely love is that he is welcoming. We talk about this all the time. He wants to make sure that everyone feels welcome. He wants to make sure that you feel that you are part of the family. Another thing about Keish is he is loyal. He is loyal. He is sincere. He's competitive. We had this awesome bachelor party with Keish. Then we went to take him to play table tennis. And you would think Keish might take it a little easy on us. He smoked us for I think an hour and a half. Straight wiped us lovingly. But he did. And I loved it. I was like, yeah, Keish, get us. I love it. But that's what he's going to be. He's going to be competitively loving towards you, Monica. He is going to fight for you in a way that is going to be so beautiful and so refreshing to see. Isaac and Rebecca were parents of two peoples that still exist today. I can't wait to see what the Lord is going to do with you too. And that he has allowed me and my family and all of us to be able to have front row seats is something that I'm so privileged. We love you. And we are honored to be a part of this. All aspirations, dreams, all these things that are going to be coming, we are here and fighting and working with you. Anytime you need us, we're here. Okay? So with that, to Keshav and Mani Bardwaj and the God who has set them up before time began, cheers. Cheers.